Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me today. On the agenda, I'm discussing Notre Dame's 2022 cornerback and safety targets. The majority of these guys will play corner at the next level. But when you play defensive back in high school, you can play either which way. Now it does depend on height and weight a good bit, but I had those height and weights up there. You can say whatever you want. And I'm going to start with the corners. Keenan Nelson Jr., Philly product, 6'1", 200 pounds. Penn State is in this one alongside Notre Dame. Mike Singer of Blue and Grid Illustrated graciously answered my question on one of their Q&A live shows. I'd highly recommend watching those. I think they're twice a month, something like that. I asked about Keenan Nelson Jr. He said Notre Dame's in a good spot. And thank you, Mike. So make sure you guys check out Blue and Gold Illustrated on YouTube and their Q&A sessions in specific. Jair Brown, guy Mike Mickens and Marcus Freeman are heavily going after. He lived in Louisiana, moved to Ohio, I believe, before his sophomore season or junior season. He's new to the Midwest. Was pretty much an LSU lock. Ended up hopping on board with the Buckeyes shortly after he moved to Ohio this spring in April. During the heat of the pandemic, locked up his spot. Rumors are going every which way. Some people really thought he was on flip watch to Notre Dame or just at least decommit watch from Ohio State. I'd say that was about 3 to 4 weeks ago. He has stayed with his pledge so far. There is still about 10 months until signing day, so a lot more time to go, guys. He's not a Notre Dame lock by any means, and there are no picks on either side, so don't get your hopes up. But he's a talented guy. I definitely think he deserves a top 125 rating in the country. He's ranked 117th on 247. All right, Jaeden Gould, another bigger corner, 6'2", 190 from Bergen Catholic, Steve Angeli's high school. He runs that defensive back tandem with Jaden Bellamy, who I'm about to talk about as well. But Jaeden Gould, Catholic school kid. Michigan is really high on his list. Texas, Rutgers, Notre Dame as well. He released a top 12 about a month and a half ago. He's releasing a top 6 tomorrow. He posted that on Twitter last night. I'm recording this on February 22nd. It is a Monday. So, watch out for his top 6. We'll see what happens there. McKay Martinez, another corner. He's a little bit smaller, 5'10", 170. He's been in Notre Dame twice, was on campus for a game last fall. I believe it was the Navy game because I was at that game. I think I might have seen him, but that's besides the point. I remember I saw some targets there. McKay Martinez, talented. He's from Florida. His top 3, unofficial top 3, Florida, Clemson, Notre Dame. And I think he definitely warrants his top 215 ranking on 247. He's ranked 213 right now via their rankings. I think he's about the same on Rivals and all the other sites. But McKay Martinez, another really talented corner, a guy Notre Dame would love to have, and Notre Dame is pushing for hard. Jaden Bellamy, a more recent offer from Bergen Catholic High School, just like Jaeden Gould and just like Steve Angeli. Jaden Bellamy has offers from, I believe, Penn State, Oklahoma, Notre Dame, just to name a few. Rutgers is on his list. I don't think he's going to end up at Rutgers. I like Penn State and Notre Dame probably right now more than anybody. He's a Catholic school kid, and Notre Dame plays some big-time football. New Jersey to Indiana, especially South Bend, is not too far off. It's not the state of Washington, the state of Oregon to Notre Dame. A lot of New Jersey kids end up at Notre Dame for football and for not football. It's a very Notre Dame friendly state. So Jaden Bellamy, talented guy. Make sure you're keeping up with his socials. I believe he has not posted a top 12 or 10 or whatever list yet, but I think he'd cut down his list shortly. Davison Igbinosun, big corner, 6'3", 185 from Union High School in New Jersey. Another Catholic school kid, another high academic kid ranked as the number 42 corner in the state, or in the country, and the number 9 player in New Jersey. Another Notre Dame fit. I don't really know who's on the top of his list. I know Rutgers was pushing really hard for him and Jaden Bellamy. With these big-time offers, I don't know what's going to happen with those, but we'll see. Davis Igbinosun is a very talented player, nonetheless. Moving on to safeties. There are 4 safeties that all Notre Dame fans should be aware of. You can say 5 too. Jake Pope I left out just because I think Jake Pope is going to end up in the South. Alabama, Auburn are recent offers, and he's really digging that Alabama offer in specific. But Emery Floyd, safety from Powder Springs, Georgia. He was offered about 2-3 hours ago, so a very recent offer. Super skinny, 165 pounds. But hey, Emery Floyd is a big-time name. Has offers from a lot of big-time schools. He is announcing May 7th, for anybody wondering. Notre Dame got in there in the nick of time, and we'll see what happens from here. But he's a guy to know. And Georgia, the greater Atlanta area, has definitely served Notre Dame well in the past few cycles, especially 2021, I may add. Sherrod, Covil, safety from Southern Virginia, has been very impressive at late. He's been showing up at a lot of 7-on-7 camps. Michigan, Virginia Tech, as well as Notre Dame, are a few to know in this recruitment. I really think it could end up being a Michigan Notre Dame battle for a Virginia kid, especially Southern Virginia kid. Yes, I said it. But he is just a big time talent. I'm a huge Sherrod Covil fan. He definitely does not warrant the 3-star status on both sites, on Rivals and 247. I have him more as a lower to mid 4-star. And I think he'll get the bump. I do think he'll get the bump. The Rivals 250 is coming out tomorrow. I'm not sure if he'll get that high, but we will have to see. Sherrod Covil, I'm a big time fan of his. And then finally, safety-wise, we go to Xavier, Nwankpa, and Miles Rouser. 2 guys from the Midwest, and 2 guys that Notre Dame is probably running second, third, or even fourth on. Xavier Nwankpa, I'd say, is an Ohio State lean right now. He's always on social media with Deshaun McCullough, who is recruiting all these Ohio State guys like Blake Fisher was Notre Dame guys. He's a big-time, I guess, player recruiter. I don't know. Recruiter, excuse me. And Nwankpa lives up to all the hype. I definitely have him as a top 40 or 50 player in the country. I think he's the best safety in this class. Just rangy, hard-hitting, had an incredible junior season for Southeast Polk High School. They lost in the championship game in the state of Iowa. But he is a guy to know. Iowa, Ohio State, Iowa State, Notre Dame, Arizona State are probably 5 schools to keep an eye on in his recruitment. Miles Rouser, last prospect for this video. Another talented kid. He was committed to Michigan for a long time. His older brother plays football there. Decommitted, just wanted to sort things out. But Michigan is probably still the leader in this recruitment. Do not count them out. Notre Dame is talking to him. I don't know how the contact has been going. Chris O'Leary, the new safeties coach, we'll have to see. I know Terry Joseph liked him a lot. So, yeah, new coach. We'll see if Notre Dame continues to push hard for his services. But, yeah, Miles Rouser, if I had to say he had a leader, it would be Michigan. And Nwankpa, if there was a leader for him, it would probably be Ohio State at this instant. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching the video. I appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment. I will answer all your questions.